hour, right? So as I'm doing it, the major problem we have is setting of the robots. And that's very, very important, very vital. On any trade, if you don't know how to set the robot on your own, even if you know how to set the robot and the setting have been saved on your royal queue, right? If you want to learn how to pick trades by yourself, you must ensure you must ensure you know how to set the robot by yourself, right? So that's what I'm going to do for if you're a newbie here. Don't hesitate to ask questions, because it is when you ask question, I'll be able to solve or find a solution to your question. That way you improve yourself in understanding or comprehending how you set the robot. Now, what we do here is we use 5 margin calls, the standard 5 margin calls minimum. Somebody will say, why are you using 5 margin calls? We are using 5 margin calls because in case the price of the market goes against us, also like it did last week. We pick a trade last week and the market goes against us because of the fact that the news of CPI is on its way and also interest rate. Market everywhere was red, but because of the margin calls, it moves the average price close to the current price. You don't trade with one margin call. It's suicide. If you want to commit a suicide, use one margin call. If you don't like your money, use one margin call. So I will share my screen and pick like let's say two different capital, then use different tactics to set the robot so that you will understand it. Please, I repeat, if you are a newbie here and you don't know how to set the robot, try as much as possible to ask questions. That's the only way you will understand it. And also, if you're not a newbie, there are some things that I say in meeting that I don't say often. Sometimes I will just keep mute because there are some things that I need you guys to understand first. There is a way you can check if a coin will pump or not. That is very easy with your TradingView. If you want to know whether a coin will pump, you can also check it out with your indicator. Yes. So let's go. I will share my screen. So good to go. Like I said, the first thing to do is, if you want to say, let me show you how you can set your robot. Now somebody wants to set the robot with his capital. Say he has like, let's say $276 as the capital that he wants to use to trade. How do you set the robot? You go to your open your application. At the bottom right corner of my screen, you will see mine. See mine. Tap on it. Tap on mine. Scroll down. Look for my strategy setting. This one, my strategy setting. Tap on it. And because I already have settings saved on my own, it's because I already have settings saved on my royal queue. That's why you're seeing all this, right? Can decide to add another one. If you have not saved any setting, you will see add it now in blue color. But because I have saved some settings, so what you just do is go tap on plus at the top right corner. You see plus. Tap on this plus. This one here. You tap on it. Now, what do you do here? This is what you do. Risk type is radical. Change it to radical. When you tap on steady, see steady. Tap on steady. When you tap on steady, to change it to radical, tap on steady. Tap on radical. Confirm. That's first. The second one is remark. You don't need to save remark. You can save any way you like. You can decide to put it one shot. One shot. If you so like, it's not mandatory. First buy-in amount. The first buy-in amount is always 25% of the capital you are using. 25% of the capital. You go back to your calculator. I said $276 capital. $276 times 25%. You have $69. So $69 will be my capital. If it's not 267, okay, let me see 277. Let me use to say that you have decimal. Somebody is having $277 as capital. 25% of that $277 will give us what? $69.25. right? So you just go to your calculate, your first buying amount will be 69.25. 69.25. Our margin call is 5. Don't forget, we said minimum is 5. Whole position take profit 2%. This is tentative. It depends on how you analyze the coin on TradingView. Whole position take profit callback 0.1. Buy in callback 0.1. So position profit take profit callback 0.1. That circle, when you tap on circle, tap on this circle, this one here, tap on it, you change to one shot. We are not doing circle trading, we do one shot. Somebody say, why are you not doing circle? It's a robot I paid $120 for. I want it to be doing everything. Yes, you can do that. You can decide to trade on circle using BTC or Ethereum pairs, where you be accumulating BTC and you sell it out when you make profits. Up to you. But don't forget, if you're using circle trading, you can make 5% minimum in a month. Or somebody that is doing one shot can make 20% or even more, between 10 to 50% of your capital in a month. So you can compare somebody that is doing one shot and you that are doing circle. So you that are taking 5% in 30 days, this one is taking 20, minimum 10%, maximum 50% in a month. So you can make more money than you. That's why we decided to say, okay, since everything is done on our smartphone and everything is easy, I will teach the knowledge free of charge. Why don't you pay attention and learn it? That's why we're doing one shot. All right? It's not as if you say you must do one shot. If you like, you can put it on circle. Put big money on circle and forget about it. All you just need to do is to check what you have made and sell it and convert it to USDT, convert it to your fiat currency, and that's all. But the reason why we're doing one shot, like I said, is to maximize profit. Because everything is easy. It's done on a smartphone. You just have to pay attention. Now, these things that you're seeing on your screen, you can take a snapshot for $277. $277. I'll do another capital. I'll use another capital. Maybe somebody will be the one to tell me the capital to use in order to do another setting. Now everything remains constant here. The only thing that changes is this first buy-in amount and take profits, and also margin configuration, which I'm going to show you guys. Mark, take my word. This margin configuration. These are the three things that change in all the settings. In all the settings. So now, come in. Sorry, let me respond to this. Very important message. So that's it. The next thing you should do is, like I said, everything remain constant, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Now, the next thing is margin configuration. When you go to margin configuration, this is the heart of every trade. The heart of every trade. Like, you know that if there is no heart in human being, if there is no heart in human being, the person is dead. It's the same thing here. If you don't understand this, my brother, you'll be in a mess. And let the truth be told, you'll be in a mess. Anybody that tell you royalty is not paying, he doesn't know how to use it. Now, this is what you're going to do. 5 margin calls, right? Now, what you change here is everything here remains constant. This place, once you set it, that's all. It doesn't change. The only thing that changes is this one, depending on how you analyze the coin on your trading view. Now, we are using $200 capital. The first thing you do, there are 3 methods, 3 ways of setting this multiple buying ratio. Look at this multiple buying ratio. These are the 2 things. The heart of every trade is these 2. Multiple buy-in ratio, multiple buy-in ratio. Now, this multiple buy-in ratio, there are 3 methods of setting multiple buy-in ratio, but I stick to +1 because some people don't have capital. If you have good capital, you can use Fibonacci. What is the multiple buy-in ratio? What is the first method, which is +1 method? How do you do +1 method? The first thing you do is, after you've done the first phase, which is what we just did now, you come to this place, type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the +1 method. You add, we type 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, just be adding 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. That's all. Because we are stopping at 5 margin call. That's why you see 5 margin call. If you go to margin call limit and put 7, here will become 7. Margin configuration is a function of margin call limit. What I mean by function means that it depends on margin call limit. Whatever you type there in margin call limit is going to show here. So if you type 10 margin call, it will show 10 here. If you type 15 margin call in margin call limit, here it will show 15. Now, this is the plus 1 method, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the next thing to do is, if you want to know what amount of USDT you allocate for the first margin call is what, you just type, add everything together, go to your calculator. Since you type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go to your calculator. You go to your calculator, 1 plus 2 plus 3, no. The first thing you do is 277 minus 69.25. 277 minus 69.25. Don't forget, we said our first buying amount is 25%. 25% of 277 will give us what? 25% of 277. 277 will give us 69.25. By the time you take 69.25 out of 277, you're left with 207.75. Now, this is the leftover. 207.75. So if you want to know, okay, the leftover, what is going to be the amount you're going to allocate for the first margin call? We say 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. It gives us 15. So if you want to know what you're going to put on the first margin call, you say 1 divided by 15 times, 277 minus 69.25. It gives us 207.75. 207.75. So now, if you want to know the amount of USDT you will allocate for the first margin call is having 1. You see it's 1. Now say 1 divided by the 15. I believe everybody know how I got the 15. When you say 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So 1 divided by 15 will give us what? 1 divided by 15 is the answer, times 207.75. That means this is the amount of USDT you're going to allocate for the first margin call. But you're not going to type this. What you're going to type in your royalty is this amount divided by the first buy-in amount, which is 69.25. You can see you have 0.2. So you now go back and type 0.2 here. Then you go to the second call. Second call is 2. So you now say 2 divided by 15. Now this 15 is constant. I believe everybody know how I got the 15. By saying 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, 15. So 2 divided by 15 give times 207.75. 207.75 give us 27.7. So this is the amount of USDT I'm going to allocate for the second margin call. Divided by the first amount 16. Yes?
Yeah, too fast, please.
Okay, so which area is it I don't?
Because I'm writing it down. Is the first margin call. You said 1 divided by 15 equals to 0.0666 times 207.75. So I didn't get the other number.
Okay, so now I said first margin call. I want to know the amount of USDT you're going to allocate for the first margin call. I started with the fact that I used 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Give me 15.
Okay.
Right? So since it's giving 15, now if I want to know the amount of USDT I'm going to allocate for first margin call, I'll now say 1 divided by 15. Give me 0.0666667. Right? Then times 207.75. 207.75 is gotten from 277, which is the main capital, minus the first buy-in amount.
Yes, I understand.
First buy-in amount. Yeah. So now when you multiply by the 207.75, it's going to give me 13.85. 13.85 now is the USDT you're going to allocate for the first margin call if the price goes down. Now, you're not going to type 13.85 on your Murray cube. What you're going to type that is 13.85, which is the amount of USDT you're going to allocate for the first margin call, divided by the first buy-in amount, which is 69.75. 69.25, sorry. 69.25, which is 0.2. And that's why you see when I go back to my Murray cube, I type 0.2. My first margin call.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you go to the second margin call, we have 2. So we now say, okay, since my second margin call is having 2, 2 divided by 15, 0.133333 times my 207.75. It give me 27.7. 27.7. I'm not going to type 27.7 in my second margin call. I'm going to type 27.7 divided by 69.25, which is 0.4. I'll now go back to my real key, remove the 2 and put 0.4. You can see it's going. The next one is 3. I'll now go back to my calculator. 3 divided by 15, right, times 207.75. You can see it's giving me 41.55, right? I'm not going to put 41.55 in my third margin. I'm going to put 41.5 divided by first buying amount, which is 69.25. You can see I have 0.6. I'll now go to my, sorry if I'm fast, you can call my attention again, please. I want to be very slow so that everybody will be carried along. I don't want a situation where I'm done with teaching this and I'll still go back again in the next class. That's why I see I'm taking my time. I don't mind taking 2 hours. I can do this for the next 5 hours, even till 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. So long as everybody will understand it. Right? The goal, the objective, the main objective of this meeting is to ensure that everyone understands it, because it's very, by the time I start moving to some areas where you'll be trading, where you are supposed to make 2.5%, you're making 10% in that same trade. If you don't know how to set this rule by yourself, it's going to be complicated. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be difficult for you to do that. That's why I need everybody to keep asking questions, regardless of how the question is. I don't mind. Ask the question. I'll give you an answer. I don't care what kind of question you ask, so long as you will understand it, so long as the information will dissolve in your mind. So we have the third margin call 0.6. 0.6. I'll come back and move the 3, 0.6. Next one is 4. As you can see, the next one we're having is 4. Is 4 here. That's the next one. I'll now go back and correct my calculation. Go back. 4 divided by 15. 4 divided by 15. Right? 4 divided by 15 times 207.75. You have 55.44, which is the amount of USDT I'm going to allocate for the fourth margin call. But I'm not going to type this on my fourth margin call. I'm going to type divide by first buying amount, which is 69.25. We have 0.8. I'll now go back and remove the 4 and put 0.8. 0.8. You can see. Then the last margin call is 5. So I'll now go back to my calculator. Type 5 divided by 15 times times 207.75 is giving me what, 69.25, which is the amount of USDT I'm going to allocate for the fifth margin call. So I'll also divide by first amount, which is 69.25. You can see it's giving me 1. So I'll now go back and remove the 5 and put 1. So you see I'm done with multiple buy-in ratio. The multiple buy-in ratio, once you are done with it, is a constant. It doesn't change. The only thing you change are 3, which is what? The first buy-in amount, the take profit, and the margin call drop. These are the things you change in any signal. Even if you analyze the coin on your TradingView, the only thing you come and adjust in any trade you pick is these 3 things. Is this one and take profit. But if you are setting the robot for any different capital, after you set all these things and you saved, let me do it now. You see, I'm done. As you can see, I didn't touch the margin call drop, because this margin call drop is a function of the coin you are trading. It's a function of the way you analyze the coin you're trading view. So I'm not going to touch anything. You can see the areas I touched. I touched first buying amount, I touched risk type, and I touched take profit, whole position take profit, and whole position take profit callback, buy-in callback, distributor take. All these things are inside areas I touched. I'm going to save now, confirm. As you can see, everything now remains okay. Now, the whole position take distributed and take profit allocation. This is the, you can see 1.3. Yes.
How did you get this margin call drop? The figures, how did you get it?
The margin call drop?
Yes.
It's default setting. This one, margin call drop is the 3.5444.
Yes, how did you get it?
It's the default setting of RoyalView. And I am telling you that it changes. What you change depends on how you analyze the coin you're trading. But your multiple buying ratio does not change, it's constant. Once you set it, that's all. But margin call drop changes for every coin you trade.
Okay, so we don't need to do anything there.
No, you are going to do, but for now, you are saving this setting on your royal queue. So when you go to analyze the coin, it is from the analysis of the coin that you're going to know you're going to put on your margin call drop for first call, or second call to fifth call. But your multiple buy-in ratio, once you save it, it doesn't change. It's constant for that same capital.
Okay.
I'm referring to these two items. This one is constant. It doesn't change. Once you set it, that's all. It is this one that changed as a result of the way you analyze the coin on your trading view. This one here.
Okay.
Now,
okay, thank you.
Confirm. Distributed take profit allocation, leave it at 1.3. Why are we doing this? Now, you find out that the first call to fourth call, you are telling the robot that first call to fourth call, please sell it and give me 2%. First call, second call, third call, fourth call. If you buy it, if you buy first call, second call, and you want to sell it to everything and give me 2%. Even if you buy first call, second call, third call, up to fourth call, sell it and give me 2%. But when you buy fifth call, robot, sell it and give me what? Give me 1.3%. That's what you're telling the robot. You can see 5 supposition, 1.3%, not 2%. Why? Because if you reduce the percentage, if it buy the fifth call, it can sell it. If you sell it, the floating loss will reduce. It can keep buying and selling that fifth call. If you sell it and it does not able to sell the fourth to first call, from the number 4 to number 1 call, if it's not able to sell it, it can keep buying that fifth call and be reselling and buying and selling, reducing your floating loss, and you still make a profit. That's why it's good to trade with 5 margin call minimum. In my theme, the motion, you trade with 5 margin calls. If you go and trade with less than 5 margin calls, yes, there's a way you can still adjust for some people that have small capital like $100. Yes, right? But the standard is 5 margin calls. And that's the way we pick coin. We don't go and chase trade. We pick coin, which I'm going to show you guys, right? So once you set confirm, you can see everything is okay. Save at the top. You see save. You see this top. See save. You save it. Save. Confirm. The setting will be saved in your royal queue. You can see it. This is the settings we just did now. This one. It's saved in our royal queue. All you just need to do is to go and analyze the coin on your trading view. You can come back and search for it and load this setting in the coin. Yes? Yes?
Please, what is the difference between radical and steady? Because you try to choose radical. I don't understand why you choose radical instead of steady.
When you're in the let me explain. When you're in the market, all of us were in the market to go and purchase a product, and somebody just came and throw a bomb inside the market. What do you think will happen?
To scatter.
Right? So the market that you're seeing is very volatile. We are using radical because immediately there is a pump in the market. A sharp pump in the market. Give me my 2%. When you say steady, the movement of the coin, the pump of the coin is going slowly, steadily, like you're driving a car and you don't want to rush. And we are leave it at 50 kilometers per hour from Abuja to Kano. 50 kilometers per hour, steady. From the way it's steady, you don't want to change the speed. 50 kilometers per hour. If the coin is going like that, give me my 2%. Conservative. I know you say, okay, well back conservative. The reason why I'm using radical is, please, immediately there is a slight sharp pump in the market on that coin. Give me my 2%. Give my 2%. That's why I'm using radical. You get?
Okay. Now, this
right?
You mentioned something about 5 margin call is suitable from 200 up. That means from it cannot be suitable for 100 or 150.
If you have $100 capital, you can still use 3 margin call. I do it for people, but I'm just telling you that the standard for T-motion. This is someone that is talking with experience, right? From experience, a newbie that starts to trade, he wants to see results. Nobody wants to put money and he say he does not see small results, even if it is 0.4 cents or 0.2 cents. You don't want any issues regarding you. It's not as if some leaders can trade with 2 margin calls, right? I myself, some of the things I do, I can't come here and come because I already know what I'm doing. But you want to follow a pattern that is consistent without any challenges, without anything that will hinder your progress. You want it to come steady, right? That's why we're using 5 margin calls. But if you have $100, you can use 3 margin calls, and I'll show you guys how it's done here. And still, you will still be able to be seeing small profit coming, right? Now, the reason why you're using 5 margin calls is because from margin call 1 to margin call 4, the robot sells it at a constant take profit. If you put take profit at 2%, the robot will sell first call to fourth call at 2%. But the 5th margin call, you can change the take profit, which means you can reduce the take profit. If you're taking 2%, 1.3% should be, or 1.1% should be for the 5th margin call. Why? Because you want the robot to quickly sell the 5th margin call. Even if is not able to buy or sell the first margin call, as he's buying and selling that 5th margin call, right, it will reduce the floating loss. And somebody will say, which strategy is used? We use sub-beam mode, not sub-beam mode real-time settlement. There's a difference between sub-beam mode and sub-beam mode real-time settlement, which I will explain, right, when you come to pick the coin. Sub-beam mode is the condition where you are telling the robot that, please, if you sell my 5th margin call, use it to buy the coin again. Don't give me the profit. Use it immediately to buy the coin. And immediately you use it to buy the coin again, you find out that your floating loss will go down. You reduce drastically. Yes, your money is still there, but you will not see the profit on your revenue detail because the robot has used it to buy more of the unit of the coin. Right? Because now our target is to ensure that you quickly close that position of the coin and pick another one if it sells off. That's why I'm using sub-beam mode. But if you put it on sub-beam mode real-time settlement, if it sells and you are selling and taking a profit of $20, it will give you the $20. You will see it in your USDT spot wallet, in your buying exchanger. It will give you, but it will not use it to buy that coin again. If you are using sub-beam mode real-time settlement. That's the difference between sub-beam mode and sub-beam mode real-time settlement. There's another one that is called warehouse. If you put it on warehouse, you're telling the robot, sell everything and give me take profit of 2%. Even if you have 5 margin calls, if you put it on warehouse, you're telling the robot that immediately you buy one, immediately the market goes against me and you buy 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Sell everything and give me 2% take profit. Don't sell that 5th margin call as 1.3% only separately. No, sell everything and give me 2%. That's what you're telling the robot. That's the meaning of warehouse mode. Those are the difference between the 3. But we use the second one, which is sub-beam mode, so that it will buy. Immediately it sells the 5th margin call, it will use that money because the 5th margin call, you observe that the USDT there is higher than that of the 3rd, the 4th, the 2nd, and the 1st. So when you use it to buy more of the coin, it will reduce your floating loss drastically. But most of the time, you find out that if the way we pick the strategy we use for the motion, the way we pick our coin, we pick it when the coin is at the bottom, not when it is in the middle, on the middle, or even at the top. We pick it at the bottom in a way that you hardly find out that the coin buys your robot even buy the 3rd and 4th. It hardly goes there. But we are just being safe in case there is just like what happened to FTX that last month. When FTX crashed, you find out that Bitcoin was going down to 16. If you don't have margin calls, you see your floating loss minus 30, minus 40. Even somebody has minus 43. You can see because of the lack of margin calls. Because of lack of margin calls and margin call drop that the person did not use. That's why you see minus 48. That means you want the coin. The coin has to rise by, if you are having minus 48% and you're taking take profit of 2%, that means the coin has to rise 50% for you to make that profit. And when it's going to be, you have to wait for a long time. Anybody that is on this call and that is trading my signal and that is following the strategy, he or she cannot complain that he's having floating loss or a messed up floating loss. Why? Because of the way we pick our coin, which is where we are going to learn. But you cannot finish mastering it today. But I will introduce you if you're a newbie. At least to some extent, you have learned something concerning setting up robots using $277. So somebody talked about $100. I'll do that now. I'll do that now. This is the setting for $277. Do you all understand how to do $277 capital? In fact, do you understand the tactics?
Yes, please. Please,
Okay,
when
so
you are through, can you also do for 1,000 USDT?
That will be the third one. Let me do that of 100. So please, if you are following, please let me just see. Just type yes on the chat box. Let me be sure that everybody is following. It's not as if I will just be talking and I don't do this. Some people do not ask questions, do not say they don't understand. Please, can you just type yes? Okay, I have one person out of, if I have like 2% or 3% of people, let me just say 5% of the whole people here. I'm okay. I'm good to go. Please, can you just type yes? Okay, I have two. I think the total number here is 3. Okay. So somebody wants to ask a question. Total number is 9. If I have like 4 people that I understand this, I'm okay. Somebody wants to, Sonny, please. Yeah, Sonny, you can unmute and ask. Sonny, you can unmute and ask. I can see your hand is up. You raised your hand up.
There was a video I watched on YouTube.
Yeah.
And the guy talked about using $100 with 2 margin call.
Yes.
Then he told the aspect of that setting the robot.
Yes.
The other place he talked about the 1, 2, 3, 4. The guy said we don't need to touch that aspect. Rather, is the other one, left-hand side, we need to adjust. Now,
okay,
you are telling us that the other one, we still need to touch it and leave the left-hand side because we have already set it on the first aspect before going to the solution panel. So I don't get a kind of confliction here.
Okay. So I think we all attended secondary school, isn't it? Yeah, there's an equation that is called quadratic equation. Quadratic equation, we all know what's quadratic equation, even if you are not a science student. Whether you are an art student or a science student, you know what's called quadratic equation. You pass through secondary school, isn't it, Sonny?
Yes.
How many methods are used to solve quadratic equation? Is it not 4? Formula method, complete square method, graphical method, and factorization method. Those are the 4 methods, isn't it? 4 methods of solving quadratic equation are, but at the end of the day, the answer has to be, not has to, must be the same. If you are using factorization method, the answer you get should be the same thing if you are using formula method. If you are using formula method, the answer you are going to get is the same thing if you are using graphical method. If you are using graphical method, the answer you are going to get is the same thing if you are using completing the square method. The answer must be the same. So in ROIQ, bring that idea here. In ROIQ, every leader has the way he trades. Every team Team 123, Team Motion, Team Royalty, Crypto Ambassador, Galaxy Crypto Academy. All these are different teams. They have the way they trade. The leaders have the way they trade based on their experience of the market. Do you get? So he is telling you based on how he has the experience. So it's not as if what he's telling you that it must be the way everybody should trade. There is no any stand, nobody in the whole world can tell you that this is how you should trade crypto. Everybody must follow that way. Everybody trade the way he understands the market. And if that understanding is not producing result, it means what he's doing is wrong. Right? If you follow this rule, you cannot have issues. You get? I've been doing this. This is my second year.
But I kind of...
I started. Yeah. The guy that you watch his YouTube videos, right?
Yes.
Do you know him?
I don't know him.
Me? Do you know me?
No.
But you are having a one-on-one with me, isn't it? So who are you going to follow? Is it the person you met on YouTube or the person that is doing you one-on-one meeting, even if you have not seen my face? But I'm taking you, running you through one-on-one. Who are you going to? Which information are you going to stick to? Is it the one you watch on YouTube or the one that me and you? One-on-one. Only that you're not seeing, but it's one-on-one and you're asking questions. That guy, are you able to ask him questions?
No.
So who are you going to, which information are you going to stick to? My own or his own?
I will stick with yours.
Why?
Because you are explaining it more than
Top. So it's not up to you.
video I just watched.
It's not up to you. It's not up to you to choose who to follow. So I will do $100 settings now, right? Delete this one now. I hope everybody see my screen. I'll delete this. If I want to, like I said, go to the same place plus, change radical steady to radical, confirm. I can decide to save this on one shot. If I like, I just type a word one shot. I say the first buying amount is what 25% of the money I want to use. I want to use $100 capital. 25% of $100 capital is 25. Right? I will not enable this whole position double. If I enable it, I'm telling the robot to use $50 instead of $25. 2 times 25, 50. I'm telling the robot to use 50. But I don't have that kind of money. That's why I'm not enabling it. Margin call limit. If you are using $100 capital, you will know why I'm saying you should use 3 margin call or type 3. Whole position take profit callback. Whole position take profit ratio. Change it to 2. This is tentative. You can change depending on how you analyze the coin. Whole position take profit callback. Change it to 0.1. Whole position buy in callback. If I want to explain, I think I will do that. Right? I hope you guys are not feeling sleepy. If you're feeling sleepy, you can take a coffee, or maybe you can go and get coffee. Because me, I can teach this. I can go on to 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm not tired. Okay. So now 0.1. Now you could see that you don't have distributed take profit allocation. You don't have it here. Why? Because you're not using 5 margin call. You're using what? Less than 5 margin call. That's why you're not going to see distributed take profit allocation. Now, the next thing to do is, this one is 0.1, 0.1. Why is whole position take profit called back 0.1? Let me explain. Somebody might not understand this. You're telling the robot that even if the profit has reached 2%, it should not sell. If you are using 0.1 here, you're telling the robot that even if the profit has reached 2%, it should not sell it for you. And if it's going to 2.1, it should not sell. 2.2, it should not sell. Maybe the coin is pumping. 2.3, it should not sell. But when there is a pullback from that 2.3, it now go back to 2.2. From 2.13 to 2.2, what's the difference? 0.1. So you're telling the robot that if there is a pullback, if the price reach 2.3 and it go back to 2.2, that's when you should sell. Or if the price reach 2.2 and it go back to 2.1, you can see the difference is 0.1. 2.2 minus 2.1 gives 0.1. That's when you should sell. Or if you decide to say, okay, no, I want to make here 0.3. You are telling the robot that even if the price has reached 2%, it should not sell. 2.1, it should not sell. 2.2, it should not sell. 2.3, it should not sell. 2.4 you should not sell. But when there is a pullback from that 2.4, it now go back to 2.2. You can see 2.4, okay, 2.4, sorry, it now go back to 2.1. You can see the difference between 2.4 and 2.1 is 0.3. So that's when you should sell. When there's a different pullback of 0.2, that's when you should sell. That's what you're telling the robot. If you make it 0.3, but we're making it 0.1 so that you quickly sell it off. That's why I'm making it 0.1. This whole position take profit. Buy in callback is the same thing as whole position take profit callback. But in this case, you're talking about buy. Right? Let me go to margin configuration first. I'll explain that. Margin configuration, you are using 3%. I said you're using plus one method. You type 1, 2, 3. The next, if you want to know how much you're going to allocate for the first margin call, you go back to your calculator. You have 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6, isn't it? If you want to know how much you're going to allocate for the first margin call, 1 divided by 6. 1 divided by 6 times the leftover. If you take $25 from $100, what's left? $75 times 75. You have what? 12.5. But that means you're going to allocate 12.5 for your first margin call, right? But you're not going to put 12.5. You're going to put 12.5 divided by first buying amount, which is 25. We have 0.5. So you now go to first margin call, 0.5. 0.5. The second one is 2. So you now say, okay, 2 divided by 6 times, I think you know how I got the 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 give us 6. 2 divided by 6 times 75. You have what? 25. So I'm going to allocate $25 for my second margin call. But I'm not going to type 25. I'm going to type 25 divided by the first buying amount, which is 25. You have 1. So I'm going to come back here and type 1. The third margin call, I have 3. So I'll now go back and say, okay, 3 divided by 6. I believe everybody know how I got 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 give me 6. 3 divided by 6 times 75. You have what? 37.5. So I'm going to allocate 37.5 on my third margin call. So I now say divide by what? Divide by first buying amount, which is 25. You have 1.5. So you have 1.5. 1.5. Somebody say, why don't I use 111? No. As the price is going down, we want to be using more money to buy so that you move the average price close to the current price. That's why you're doing this. This is the tactics. And if you want to know whether you are correct, you have 0.5, 1, 1.5. So add them together. 0.5 plus 1 plus 1.5. You have what? 3. Multiply by the first buy in amount, which is 25 times 25. Plus first buying amount, which is 25. You can see you have 100. This is how you know whether you're correct or not. So you see, you have your 100 margin call. If you are using this, you cannot have issues, and you are following the tactics on. I've not yet go and delve on how we are going to analyze using TradingView. I just want you guys to master this. Confirm. Buy in callback. Somebody say, okay, buy in callback. Now, if you are using 3.544, you're telling the robot that if the price of the coin goes down by 3.5%, this 3.5% here. Let me use my pen. 3.5% here. You're telling you if it goes down by 3.5%, you should use 0.5 times the first buying amount, which is 25. 0.5 times 25 will give you 12.5 to buy. Now, if you are using buy in callback as 0.1, I tell you, even if the price has gone to 3.5, you should not buy. 3.6, you should not buy. 3.7, you should not buy. But when you reach 3.7, it now go back to 3.6. You can see that the difference of 0.1 there. That's when you should buy. That's the meaning of that buying callback of 0.1. The same thing for the second call, same thing for the third call. So that's that for 100 margin call confirm, save, one shot, change that, tap on circle to change to one shot. We are not using 5 margin call, that's why you're not seeing this take profit allocation. Save, confirm, you see the settings saved on my IQ. That's all. All you just need to do is go and check for the coin and load on this setting on the coin. When you go to the quantitative, search for the coin, tap on the coin, then tap on choose a strategy setting. You take it to another place where you tap on the, I think I will do that. I've analyzed a coin and I now realize that I was seeing that maybe I see a signal and it's BAT. I'll just tap on BAT. Tap on trade setting. tap on edit at the top. You see at the top right corner, you see edit. I'm talking about this edit. Oh, sorry. Can you still see my screen, guys?
No.
No.
Okay. Now I'm sure you can see my screen now.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go and tap on edit. See edit, sorry. Edit, I'll tap on this edit, then tap on choose a strategy setting. Tap on 25. Since 25 is my $100 setting, I'll tap on 20. The setting has come to the coin now. At the top, you see save. Tap on save, confirm. The setting has entered the coin. Tap on start. Make sure my mode is warehouse. If I'm using less than 5 margin call, which is 4 margin call, below, I'll use warehouse mode. But if I'm using 5 margin call, I'll put it on subdim mode, confirm. But because I'm not using 5 margin call, I'll just put on strategy mode, warehouse mode, confirm. Start. When I tap on start, it will buy. But because I'm not doing that, I'm not. That's how you do it. Somebody say, okay, what about $1,000 margin, $1,000 margin, $1,000 setting? And Sonny, you now get to understand the $100 setting. Sonny.
Yes. Yes.
The reason why that guy is telling you,
Yes.
he's telling you based on his own experience and based on his own understanding. It's not as if what he's telling you is wrong. It's just how he understands it. That's all.
But I see that one will be risky for 2 margin call.
And you can see it because of the margin call drop. Although you cannot jettison or reject everybody's understanding of trading, right? You can also use 2 margin call, but depending on how you use your margin call drop, right? So it's better if you use 3 margin call and spread your money. It all depends on experience. If you are good in it. If you're good, but the standard for $100 margin call, if you don't want issues, right? Even if you have set it, margin call drop is key. These 2 things are key for any successful trade: margin call drop and margin multiple buying ratio. Those are the heart of your trade. If there is no heart in a human being, what will happen? The person is dead. The same thing with your trade. If it does not have heart, what will happen? You have issues. So you need to understand that we now know how to set for multiple buying ratio now using the +1 method. There's another method you might hear it from somebody, or it's called Fibonacci method or doubling method, right? That's for those that have good capital. If you have small capital like $200, $300, use +1 method. Those that have $1,000, $2,000, like a lady that is trading with $4,000 in my team, she can use 50 margin call. She will just use first buy number $25, which is $500. If you have good capital, but if you stick to +1, everything works. It works. You follow the rules and regulations, just like in the match they play Morocco against France. If they do not follow the rule, you see that the referee will remove the red card and give it to the player to get out of the field. The same thing here. If you don't follow the rules and regulations of what I am saying, you find out that Royalty will give you red card, which is floating loss. Floating loss. That's a red card. So that's that for $100 capital. If you want to set $1,000 capital, you just go straight and the same way, tap on my strategy setting. Let me delete this, right? Then go back and tap on plus, change steady to radical. Now, my first buying, can just type one shot here if you want, so wish, number 80. First buying amount is 25% of 1,000, which is $250. 25% of 1,000 is 250. My margin call is 5, right? Now, my margin call is 5. Full position take profit call back, like I said, is 2%, but it depends on how you analyze the coin on your trading view. Full position take profit call back is 0.1, right? Buy-in call back is 0.1. Buy-in call back is 0.1. The position take profit call back is 0.1. The same thing with this thing is same thing with buying position take profit cover. Use position take profit cover is like if the profit of the fifth margin call has reached 1.3 because you're taking 1.3 in the fifth margin call. If it has reached, if you're using 0.1 as position take profit cover, if it has reached 1.3, you are telling the robot that please, so even if price has reached 1.3 to take profit for the fifth margin call, don't sell. 1.4 don't sell. 1.5 don't sell. 1.6, when you reach 1.6 and there is a pullback to 1.5, you can see there's a difference from 0.1. That's when you should sell and give you a profit. You can see. That's why it's good sometimes to use 0.1. That's the meaning of that. That's the meaning of what you're seeing there. That's that for position take profit cover, which is 1.1 confirm, 1.3 confirm. Then margin configuration from my fifth margin call, the same way I said +1. It's not as if you cannot use Fibonacci. If you want to use, somebody will tell you, okay, yeah, what this guy told me is +1. There's nothing like Fibonacci. There is something like Fibonacci. Then, brother, let me tell you, Fibonacci is a mathematician. He just tried to develop a pattern of numbers, right? Pattern of numbers that is used today. You can also use geometric progression, arithmetic sequence and series to generate those numbers. But however, you can use this 1. You can use 1. The next one is 2. These two numbers, Fibonacci numbers start with 1 and 2. If you want to get the third one, you now say, okay, 1 plus 2, give me 3. 1 plus 2, give me 3. 3 plus 2, give me 5. If you want to get the next one, previous plus 5 plus 3, give me 8. That's how you use Fibonacci numbers. You can use Fibonacci numbers if you so wish. You can see 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. These are Fibonacci numbers. Once you get the first two, once you just get this one, memorize this one. It's just memorize this. This is the beginning of Fibonacci. If you want to get the third one, you just say 2 plus 1, give me 3. If you want to get the fourth one, you just say 3 plus 2, give me 5. If you want to get the next one, you now say 5 plus 3, give me 8. That's how you generate Fibonacci numbers. You can decide to use these numbers and you follow the same tactics. Right? If you so wish, if you have $1,000, you can also use this. You can use this. I will even recommend this. It depends on you. Anyone you use, you see, it works. It works. And somebody will see, where did you get this from? It's based on, I read a book on crypto. I read a book on cryptocurrency that teaches how to trade. And also based on my experience joined together. You can see. That's why it works. Now, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Right? I think I'll use this since I've used +1 method in previous. Okay, let me show you guys doubling method. Doubling method, you just go and type on, change this one to 1. The next one is what? 1 plus 1 will give me 2. 2 plus 2, just be doubling 4. 4 plus 4 will give me what? 8. 8 plus 8 will give me what? 16. This is doubling method. Just be adding 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 8, 16. Or you see some leaders will say, okay, here will be 2. No, let's forget about that one. You see the same doubling method. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. You can decide to use this as your doubling method if you so wish. These are the numbers you're going to use and use the same tactics to get the amount of USDT for each margin call. Right? But I will suggest if you have good capital, you can be using Fibonacci. I will use Fibonacci here to tell you how it's done here because the last one I did this. But the last ones, if you have small capital, use +1. Don't use Fibonacci. Because if you use Fibonacci, you find out that the amount of USDT you allocate for the first margin call, if you are using small capital, you'll not be $10. And if it's not $10, Binance don't use to allow you buy your coin if it's not $10. Minimum is $10. So you have 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. So now what do you do next? Since I'm using $1,000 capital, I'll just go to my calculator and I'll say, okay, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 8. Oh, sorry. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 8. These are the Fibonacci numbers that I used. As you can see, I have 19, right? Now, when you know 19, take note of the number 19. Now, don't forget, I said the first buying amount is 250. So when I say 1,000 minus 250, I'm left with just 750. So if I want to know the amount of USDT I'm going to allocate for the first margin call, I'll now say 1 divided by 19. I will be able to know how I got 19. 1 divided by 19 times what? Times 750. It gives me 39.47, which is the amount of USDT I'm going to allocate for the first margin call. Divided by the first buy-in amount, which is 250. You can see I have 0.15. 0.16. If you do round up, if you type, you just say, okay, 0.15. So it's 0.15. And if you are using 0.15, right? Don't forget, if you are using Android, you are free to use 2 decimal. But if you are using iPhone, it is only 1 decimal. So you can make it 0.2. So take note of that. Android is 2 decimal, iPhone is 1 decimal. So you have to round it up to 2 decimal. To 1 decimal place, so that if you are using an iPhone. So I have 0.15. And I'll go back to my this place. 0.15. 0.15. Then go back to the second one, 2. 2 divided by 19, 2 divided by 19, 2 divided by 19, 2 divided by 19 times times 750. You have 78. I'm going to allocate 78. So when I say, okay, 73 divided by 250, you have what? 0.31. I'll now go back and type 0.31. 0.31. The third one, you have 3. So you have 3 divided by 15, 3 divided by 19 times 750. You have 118.42, right? Divided by 250. You have 0.47. So you now have 0.47 here. 0.47. The next one is what? 5. 5 divided by 15. Sorry, 5 divided by 19 times 750. Times 750. You have what? Divided by 250. You have 0.78. You have 0.78. 0.78. Don't forget, you can decide to round it up to 1 decimal place if you so wish. 0.78. Then the last one, you have 8. 8 divided by 19. 8 divided by 19, right? Times 750. You have 315. Divided by 250. You have 1.26. 1.26. You see the fifth margin call is 1.26. Right? So now if you want to know whether you are correct, 0.15 plus 0.13, 0.15, 0.15 plus 0.13, sorry, plus 0.31, 0.31 plus 0.47 plus 0.47, then 0.77 plus 0.78 plus 0.78 plus 0.78, then the last one is what? 1.26 plus 1.26, 1.26. So you can see you have 2.97, 2.97 multiplied by the first buy-in amount, which is 250 times 250, right? That's 250, then plus the first buy-in amount again, which is 250. The reason why you're seeing 992.5 is because of those decimals. I didn't round it off. That's why you're seeing it. Even though it's supposed to be 1,000, because I'm using $1,000 capital. So you can see that's how it is. That's how it's done. What do you do? Confirm. That's all. Change the circle. Tap on the circle. I mean the circle. Somebody will say, why is the circle? Look at the circle here. When you tap on it, you change to one shot. You're not doing circle trading, it's one shot. Don't forget, you can also do circle trading depending on your capital. Now you have what? You can use $200 on circle using trading BTC PS or Ethereum PS, $200. Well, don't forget, your profit is 5% minimum. If you're not doing anything, but if you're doing something, you can get more than that. Like I said when I started. So you can see these $1,000 settings.
Sorry, can you study so that I can screen it?
Okay. Sorry, is just starting.
Okay, you can go.
Go down.
Go down, I mean. Okay. Can I ask a question, please?
No. Ask plenty of questions. I'm ready for everybody.
This setting now, when they say you should trade, would you still apply the 25%? Or once you just set it here, that's all?
Yes, but what changes here is the take profit and the margin call drop after you save it.
Okay.
You can see if I confirm now. If I confirm and tap on save, right? If I'm picking a trade, right? If you are in my team, or maybe I post the signal where you got the link for this Zoom. I used to post signal where you get it, anywhere you get this link from. I usually post signal there, right? So my signal used to come first call to people call. You see the if you have seen my signal before, you see at the bottom we have RQTMI. That's Royal Equity Motion International. You see the signal comes with the margin call drop. First call to fifth call, 2.7. Now, if you see this and you see the take profit will come, and you see the name of the coin you're supposed to trade. For example, let me show you something. When you go to my this is okay. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. Now you see, when you go there, you see this is a signal I posted. Acro trade Acro USDT current price 0.00301. Take profit 3%. While strategy one shot. Margin call drop. First call to fifth call 1.58. Don't trade without margin call. You can see I'm even warning somebody. Don't trade without margin. Every signal I post, we post. You see it. Don't trade without margin call. RQ, TMI, Royal Q motion. Now, what do you do here? All you just need to do is to go to your Royal Q. If you are online, not when the signal has gone past, you know what and pick it and be floating and you now say why. If you are online, immediately you saw the signal, what do? You go to your Royal Q, or that is if you are yet to master how to trade by yourself. If you are yet to do that, you just go to Royal Q, go to quantitative ACRO, type ACRO, AKRO. You can see tap on the coin, quickly tap on trade setting. But before you do that, check the price. What is the price? If the current price of ACRO is 0.00301 or below it, if it's still below it, immediately I drop the signal. You can see it's still below it. It does not above it. If it's above it, stay away from the signal. If it is below it, some people will go and trade when it's above it, and you know say when somebody posts and say sold, you know say how come this coin sold? Is a lie. It's not sold because it's not German persons when the signal was posted. If you check and you call the current price is either exactly the same price you're seeing on this signal or below the signal, it is good, enter. But if it's above, stay away from it. If it's, let's say, assuming it's below or maybe exact, you just go tap on the coin, tap on edit at the top. See, somebody will see where is edit. Look at it at the top here. Tap on edit, right? When you tap on edit, to take this, then you now scroll down, choose a strategy setting. Then you now see your setting 250. Tap on 250. You call the settings has entered the coin. What do you change? The take profit on the signal is 3%. Change 3%. Now you go back to the signal. What did they say? First call to fifth call is what? 1.58. You now go back and say, okay, margin configuration. Come back to this place, 1.58. Margin call drop, 1.5. It's very important. Don't joke with this thing. You say you want to joke with your money. It's not if you lose money, but you have to wait for a long time for it to set 1.58. If you pick signal from this team, you just have to be patient. Even if it has not sold for 1 day or 2 days, just be patient. It will definitely deliver. You can see 1.58, 1.58, 1.58. Confirm. You can see what I changed. I didn't change the multiple buying ratio. This one, if I already save it, it's already saved. I don't change it. The only thing I change is margin call drop. Confirm quickly. Save at the top. You can see I've just changed that to change. Save at the top. Confirm. Then tap on check my strategy setting. Is it on sub-B mode? Yes, sub-B mode. Confirm. In fact, I think I will start putting sub-B mode here. Strategy mode, sub-B mode. Then tap on start.
Okay, I understand now. But there's this class they said it's always good to choose sub-B mode with time, so that as it's selling is buying, is selling, all those, and they're getting your money. So which one is the best strategy mode?
Like I said, I'm still reiterating my remark. On this call, there is somebody on this call, but you guys don't know it. He's the leader of this team, but he's just quiet. This team motion is the head of the team motion. He's my upline. You get? We are trading with experience. Like I said, every leader on Royal Q, be it Galaxy, Crypto Academy, Crypto Ambassador, which is headed by Julius, Coach Julius, be it Team Royalty, which is headed by Queen Annalene, be it Team 1, 2, 3, any type of team, any type of leader you see, he is trading based on experience, based on how he has analyzed the market and see what works. Right now, in my team, it's not as if what you see on YouTube is wrong. It is the person is doing it based on how he understands the market and how his team is trading. Now, what is the difference between warehouse mode, sub-B mode, return settlement? When you put it on warehouse mode, you are telling the robot that our take profit on this ACRO based on the signal is 3%. You are telling the robot that If you buy first call, second call, third call, fourth call, fifth call, our fifth call usually is 1.3% take profit. But if you put it on warehouse mode, you're telling the robot that first call to fifth call, give me 3%. Sell everything and give me 3%. Even if you buy the fifth call, don't sell it 1.3, sell it and give me 3%. But if you put it on sub-B mode, you're telling the robot that if you have bought first call, second call, third call, fourth call, fifth call, when you decide to sell that fifth call at 1.3 take profit, 1.3% take profit, quickly use the whole of the money to buy the coin again for me. Don't give me my profit. The money is still on the coin. It's not as if you have lost money. It's not the money, but you will not see it in your revenue detail if it has sold. You will not see it in your revenue detail. That means it's going to, if for example, you allocated $300 for the fifth margin call because of the fact that you're using $100,000 trading capital. $300 is there. Now, if it sells and give you 1.3% of that $300, it will quickly use the profit and the money to buy the profit to buy that coin again. Okay. Some people will say, it's like I will just be using this. Some people don't know. They want to see. No, and some people they want to see the profit come out quickly, right? If it sells the fifth margin call and you put it on sub-B mode, real-time settlement, you are telling the robot that if you sell my fifth margin call, give me my profit. Don't use it to buy the coin again. It's fine. You can do it like that. It's fine. You guys. This one.
So at what point?
Yeah.
So at what point will you see your revenue if you are using sub-B mode?
When it has sold everything completely. First call, fifth call, fourth call, fifth call, and fourth call to first call. It has sold everything, and your money is out of that coin. That's when you see your profit and your capital.
Okay, why being real-time? Once it sells anyone, it will give you your profit. It will just be trading with your capital. Okay, it's not compounding your interest, right, by trading.
Yes, it will give you, once it sells the fifth margin call, it will give you the profit.
Okay, why sub-B mode will keep compounding and selling until it's done with it?
Yes, the fifth margin call, if you sell it, it will give you your profit and capital of the fifth margin call. Each level has capital. First margin call has capital. Second margin call has capital. Third margin call, just like we allocated all the USD for it. But if it sells the fifth margin call, it will give you the profit and capital. If you put it on sub-B mode and settlement, you will see the profit and capital of your fifth margin call in your USD spot wallet if it has bought everything. But if you are using sub-B mode, it will use that profit and buy more of that coin.
Okay, so you're suggesting that that's the best, the sub-B mode.
Sub-B mode, it depends on you. You know, some people will say, me, I'm telling you. You know, when I tell somebody, it's up to you. It's not as if you put it here, you're not going to see, you put it here. But the reason why you're putting it here, okay, I can see some people are want to see that profit. You know, sometimes some people, they are just interested in how much can I make. Do you get? So you can leave it as sub-B mode with settlement. But for me, if you advisably, I'm saying this because of what? Based on experience. If the market goes against you, you want to just close the position so that you quickly come out of that coin. You don't want any situation where you be. But the signal you see, anytime you see signal with RQTMI, that signal most of the time, not all time, most of the time, hardly even buy fourth margin call. It hardly even buy fourth margin call because you are picking the coin at the bottom, the way we trade. But should in case something like the issue of FTX that happened, where you see Bitcoin crash from that 19 or 18, goes down to 16, where you see everywhere was red that day. The only saving grace was that CPI. The CPI that was released at 7.7%. That was last month. CPI is last month CPI. That was what saved Bitcoin. Even Bitcoin would have gone to 11 or even 10. Had it been the CPI was bad, my brother, you would have seen Bitcoin in 12 or 10. So that CPI was the one that raised the market again.
What CPI?
That's fundamental. Consumer Price Index of US. Consumer Price Index. They usually reveal it every month. Even this month CPI is lower than that of last month. That's why you're seeing the market green, 7.1. So now that is why we see we want to be on the safer side in case the market goes against something does happen. Even after that incident, even 2 or 3 days ago, Bitcoin was still coming down because of the announcement. Anytime they want to announce CPI or interest rate, you see people start removing their money from crypto market. You see every year will become red. People are removing their money. They want to know what is the direction of the market before they bring back the money. You can see now the market is doing well because they released interest rate as 50% basis points. Last month was 70%, 75% basis point. It's now lower than last interest rate. People are now bringing back their money. That's why it's in green. All these things are things you're going to learn if you stay around, stick to the meeting. That's not what I just want to talk about. That's fundamental analysis. But the most important thing is just for you to master how you can set your robot here and know how you can pick the coin, which we this is what is called technical analysis. Using TradingView. TradingView, all the things you learn there is technical analysis. So you can decide to leave it at anyone you use between the two of them. Between these two, anyone you use is okay. But based on the fact that I am telling you that using this one is okay in the sense that it will completely close the position and give you your profit. Okay. So this is the standard we use. Okay. But if you use this, it's not as if you are wrong. You're still okay. It's just that you just want to see your profit. It's fine if it sells the fifth margin call. If it sells the fifth margin call, you want to see your profit. It's still fine. But the standard we use is sub-bin mode.
Okay, so how about opening more than 5 margin calls?
Because in the last class, margin call.
But you advise 5, right?
Minimum 5 if you want to do one shot. But there is another one shot tactics, which I think I talked about the last time we had a meeting on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, or Sunday, right? Where you can, if you take a trade of 3%, you might end up making 8 or even 10% on that same trade. That's why you need to understand how to set the robot by yourself. But that one is it requires good capital. If you have like $1,000, you can do that one, right? Or if you don't have good capital, you stick to this 5 margin call. But if you have good capital, you use minimum of 10 margin call, maximum of 20 margin call on that same tactics. That's another tactics, which is why you see me spending more time trying to make everybody understand how to set the robot by themselves. Because if you have good capital, you want to do that, you have to be able to adjust the setting by yourself. It's not as if you say signal will come with the settings. No. You have to be able to adjust the 6 settings by yourself. Do it by yourself. That's why you see me trying to make sure that everybody understands this. Now, if you master this, you'll be able to set that one. The minimum margin call used for that one, like I said, is 10 margin call. Maximum is 20 margin call. That's if you're having like $1,000 and above.
Okay.
So that's that.
Because I have to trade right now. I don't know how to get that.
You have to trade. You have to trade. Which coin?
So yes, LEAD and MDS. You gave us the signal. That's is it last week or thereabout?
Okay, you picked the signal and you saw RQTMI on the signal.
Yes, it's you now. I'm on the platform.
Oh yeah, so no, I don't know you. I don't know your name. That's why. Are you blessing?
Yes.
If you pick signal and you see RQTM, that coin will sell. In fact, are you in a mess? Are you in a mess now?
I'm on negative, yes. Right.
No. When you say negative, there are 2 types of negative. The one that can
floating
cause hard
loss of 32, floating loss of 32 for LEAD, and floating loss of 8.6 for MBS.
Light cannot be floating loss of 32 minus 32%. It's not possible.
Yeah, floating loss. I'm looking at it now. Maybe something is wrong.
Are you saying floating loss of minus 32% or minus $32?
No, floating loss minus 32.1. Then increase under it. You see increase 0.5%.
Because maybe you share your screen.
Okay.
I can challenge anybody.
I will send it to you because it's on another phone. It's different from this one.
snapshot it and send it to my WhatsApp. Let me show it. Everybody should see. This is not a matter of, this is a matter of practical.
Okay, let me send it to you now. Is it to the forum or to your personal?
Don't send it to wherever you pick your signal. I will see it here.
Okay, let me send it to the general platform.
Anywhere you pick the signal, I will see it here.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes,
I think I'm taking much of the time, right?
No.
I know.
We are all
The questions you ask will help a lot of people to learn. That's why I see me giving her time to answer and giving time to answer her question. Do you get?
I've sent it.
Hello, everybody should not, don't say, why am I giving her more attention? I'm trying to use her question, right? I'm trying to use her question to answer a lot of things for some people to learn. She said minus 32%, and I told her that it's not possible. And you can see now, you guys can see that it is minus 4% floating loss. That's what I was referring to.
Okay.
Because I know what I'm doing. Somebody that is me, that I know what I'm telling you, and I know what I'm sending to that group. That's why I see, even before I even saw your screen, I challenge you and say it's not possible. As you can see now, it is not what I'm telling you, what we are saying. When we say minus 4%, you are telling, if the robot is, you are seeing minus 4%. Now, if you go to the coin, the amount of USDT on the coin, and when you come back here, minus 32 divided by the amount of USDT in the coin will give you this 4% that you're seeing. It is the floating loss in percentage. The percentage loss is what you're seeing. This floating loss, this light has the ability. I don't want to make you, don't be greedy and go and change the take profit. It can still do 20%. This coin, this light that you're seeing here, it can do 20%. But don't go and change the profit. If you go and change it and say because you agree you want to take 10%, it's up to you. This coin can still do, a light can still do 20%. Even MDS can still do 15%. But don't go.
I think there's something wrong with my setting. I think there's something wrong.
It has not delivered yet. If it has delivered, I'll post it to the group. So guys, yeah?
Hello?
Yeah? Yes?
That means as trading is going on, you can still edit the setting on that particular
at your own risk. Not me. The signal says 3% on light. If you are the one that will go and change it to 5% and it did not deliver, you can't come back and say the coin they have not sold. It's you that
What
changed
about
it.
bringing it down? Okay, what about bringing it down to 2%?
If you bring it down, it will sell faster than the person that put 3%. You get? There is something that we look at.
Awesome.
There is something we look at before we put percentage, which you are going to learn here. That's that for that. I believe I've done justice to settings. Does everybody understand how to set the robot now?
Can I ask another question now?
No.
So
Your question helped a lot. Any question? Anybody that feels that you doesn't understand something, we are taking our time here. Ask question.
The when I'm done with the trade settings, and I want to trade, I picked a trade. You know, you said your capital, you shouldn't trade more than 25% of your capital. So
yes.
The first buying amount on the coin I want to trade now, should that 25% still apply?
Yes. How much do you want to put on the coin? That's what you should ask yourself. If you want to trade another coin, how much do you want to put? If it is $300, 25% of that $300 should be your first buying amount. Then you now spread the remaining amount of money. If you are using +1 method or Fibonacci method, spread it across the 5 margin calls, just like I just did now.
So does it mean that if I just pick one and choose the 25% of the capital, I cannot enter a second trade? Is that it?
If you want to, you can see if somebody will be trading with $200, you now see the robot bought 25% of the $200, which is $50. You're left with $150. You see it in your USDT spot wallet. Some people will be tempted. Greediness will say, okay, why is that 150 still left? Let me go and carry that 150 and put it on another coin. It means you are trading with $50. It's for margin calls, just for safety, in case the market goes against you. You get? Some people are happy because Aeon, the one I dropped, sold. Some people are jubilating because of what they use margin calls. If they've not used margin calls before the announcement of CPI, the market was red and the market was going down. If they've not used margin calls, they would have been still waiting up to now. That leftover is for margin calls. So if you're using $200, use 25% of the money, then the remaining one will be for margin calls.
No, what I
It is very
use,
important.
what I use at every point in time is $1,000. So that's what I'm asking. And
if you're using $1,000, if you're using $1,000 for one coin, if you're using $1,000 and you want to use it for one coin,
for two,
you can for 2 coins, 500 for one coin, 500 for the other coin.
Yes.
500 for the first coin, 25% of that 500 will be first buying amount. Then the remaining money will be for the margin calls. The second one, 25% of, you just save one setting. If you're using $500 for each coin and you have $1,000, you just do one setting for 500, then you use it for the 2 coin. Yeah, simple as that. So that's that. I think I've done justice to your question. So the next thing to do is to learn how to pick coin, right? Although I will not show you guys how to use that one that I said, a minimum of 10 margin calls, maximum of 100 margin calls. I will not do it for today, but because this today is a newbie for those that don't know how to set robot and also pick a coin. What I will do for today is to try as much as possible to introduce you guys to what is called TradingView. Download it from Play Store, it's free of charge. After you've downloaded, create an account with your Gmail or Yahoo Mail. After you've done that, the next thing to do is to set it up. Set it up. This meeting is recorded in case you are not being able to set it up by yourself. After you've downloaded it, the first thing you do is go to menu, create an account. You see sign up, not sign in. Tap on sign in with your Gmail, with your dashboard. Once you're done with dashboard, you're done. The next thing to do is what? Come to watch list, come to chart. When you come to chart, you will find out that your own will not show like my own. My own, I already have indicators that are already on my chart. I will remove them now. Guys, are you guys tired? Should we stop here and continue next time?
Sleep is coming.
Hello, boss.
Abdurrahim, I think what we need to do, since it's already recorded, it's been recorded, you can proceed. Wherever they get to a slip off, they watch the recording tomorrow morning.
Okay, that's fine. That will be okay. So once you go to your trading view, now yours will not show like my own. Mine is having 2 indicators, right? Now I'll remove the indicators. Now you can see I'm having an empty chart like this, no any indicator. Even this line is not there. I'm just using this to monitor something. This is how you see your trade, right? The first thing you need to do is to go and remove all the indicators. You will see one indicator at the top. Once you create, you see something here at the top, V, volume. If it's a new account, tap on it and tap on star to remove the indicator, so that there will not be any indicator on your screen. Like I said, at the top here, you see a number, whether it's an arrow or just tap on it, then tap on star. The star looks like this star here. You see at the bottom middle of my screen, you see X. When you start, you see X. Remove the indicator, so that there will not be any indicator on your screen. That is one. All right, that's one. That's the first thing you do. The next thing you do is to go to tap on this place. This object that looks like a sun. Tap on it. Then look for time zone. When you tap on time zone, scroll down. If you are from Nigeria, tap on Lagos. Whichever country you are, just look for the city in your country and tap on it. Or for the city that is correlating with your country's time. Or if you're from Tanzania or you're from Uganda, or just look for the city that correlates. I think Uganda is Israel, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, you can check it out. Make sure you just tap. You can see me, I'm from Nigeria. I see Lagos. I tap on Lagos. That's all. You're done with that. If you have done that, that is all. Then you, at the bottom of your screen, you see watch list. See this watch list. tap on this watch list. You need to go and add all the whole coin, create a watch list, right? As I've done here, you can see all my coins of Rare Q, they are here. All my Rare Q coin are here. They are here. Now, what do you do next? Go and create a watch list. If you scroll like this, you see this one. See it here. This one is here. Scroll, tap on add list. When you tap on add list, you type Royal Q. Then you tap on create to create a watch list. When you scroll down, you scroll like this. You now come and add all the whole Royal Q coin. Scroll down, you see add it now. Come in. You see this is second. This is how you to create. You tap on it. Scroll down, you see add it now. Tap on add it now to add other coins. Alright, maybe you want to add SRP USDT. Ensure if you are using Binance Exchange, right? Look for when you tap on SRP USDT, tap on Binance. You tap on Binance, you see the coin come up on your watch list. You tap on it again. Maybe you want to save 1 inch USDT, 1 USDT. You tap on it, you can see Binance. Ensure it's Binance. That's how you add all the whole coins. Yeah, for now I don't need this. That's how you add all the whole coins on your chart, and that's how you see all these ones here. All these coins that you see here, that's how you see it here, right? So if you have done that, there are 72 coins on Royal Q, 72 coins, right? So you tap on. If you have done that, the next thing to do, if you have add all the whole of the coin, the next thing to do is to go and add the indicators on your chart. So you tap on any of the coin, tap on AN for instance. AN for instance, you see AN. It is AN, right? Now the next thing, this line will not be there. You will not see this line here. This line I just and this is how you see it. AN. Now you need two indicators to trade. There are other indicators, right? Some indicators are used to check if the coin will pump. All these things we are going to learn. But for today, we want to use auto Fibonacci and stochastic RSI. So you just go, you see it on my chart. At the bottom of my screen, you see this, you tap on plus. If you want to add the indicator, you tap on this plus sign. I think I'll stop at the indicators. Then maybe next 2 minutes we'll continue. Tap on FX indicator. Tap on technicals. Then you search for auto space FIB space retracement. You can see it as show. But you tap on the star in front of auto, the first one. Tap on the star in front of auto. The first auto that shows is one you tap on. Tap on the star. Somebody will say, where is the star? I cannot see the star. See the star here. Yours will not be called yellow until you tap on it before you change to yellow. That's all. And you tap on it once. If you tap on it once, the indicator, tap on the, when I say you tap on it, somebody will say, how will I tap on it? How will I tap on it? I don't understand how to tap on it. You can see. Then you tap on this. I'm talking about this. When you tap on this, tap on this. After you tap on the star, you tap on this word. Tap on it once. You tap on it once. The indicator will be loaded on your screen. But you don't tap on it twice. If you tap on it twice, the indicator will appear twice on your screen. So if you want to remove one, you can see. Because I tapped on it twice, see what it shows here, the two indicators here. So I can just tap on one, it will show me, then tap on this star to remove it. Tap on this star to remove it. You can see one will go. I'm left with the second one, right? So how do I set it up? Your own will not be like this. Tap on the indicator and tap on it, tap on the setting icon. This is the setting icon. Somebody will say, where is the setting icon? See the setting icon here, this one. Tap on it and tap on it. Tap on impute. Now, you will see that if you scroll down, you see your own will not see percentage. What you will see here is values. It is value. Change it to percent. Your own will not see right. What you see here is left. You see left here. Change it to right. Then you scroll down. You will see my 1.27 will not be ticked. 1.272, you tick it. You scroll down again. You will see minus 0.236 will not be ticked. Both left and right will not be ticked. This is how you see your own. Tick it. Tick the both left and right. You will see minus 0.618 will not be ticked. You tick it. Only the left, not the right. Now, the next thing you do is to save as default. Where do you see the somebody you see? Where do I see save as default? This one here. And you tap on it. Then you tap on save as default. The next thing is to save it again. Where do you see save? Tap on this. You should tap on this. And you tap on it. You tap on it. Scroll down, you will see save. Save. The settings should be saved on your screen. That is all. That is the first thing to do. The second thing to do is to bring in the second indicator. Second indicator. The second one, which is called stochastic. Go back to the same place. This area. This one here. To it. Tap on plus. Tap on plus. Tap on FX indicators. Tap on technicals. Don't favorite. Technicals. If you start it, it will appear in your favorite. All those indicators I just put now. If you start it, it will appear in technicals. Stochastic. Stochastic. You will see stochastic RSI, not stochastic strategy. Stochastic RSI. Tap on the star. Your own will not be star though. If you tap on star, it means you want the indicator to appear in your favorite. Tap on stochastic. After tap on the star, then now next thing you should do after tapping on the star is tap on stochastic RSI. And you tap on it once. Don't tap on it twice. Just tap on it once. In case you mistakenly tap on it twice, you can go back and move it. You will see twice, to appear twice, but you can go back and move it. Now, your own will not appear like this. So if it doesn't appear like this, you just tap on this. Tap on this. Tap on this. This. And you tap on it, the setting icon will come out. Setting icon will come out. This setting icon, this is what is called setting icon. You come out and tap on the setting icon. Now, input. Your own will not be 4299. You see another numbers. Change it to 4299. Right? 4299. K will be 4, D will be 2, RSI length 9, stochastic length line. Style. Your style. What is your style? The K is blue. And ensure that the thickness of the line is on this area. The thickness of the line is on this area. This one. And ensure that it's blue color you choose. The next one is what? D. Ensure that it's orange color. Ensure that the thickness is on this area. Ensure that it's orange color you choose for it. Right? That is the middle. The next one is what? Upper band. Ensure that the color is red. Tap on red. Ensure that the color is red. This one red. Ensure that the thickness is on the second tier. Second area here. Then, if you've done that, that's all. Close. Make sure it's 90. You see a number not 90, but make sure your own is 90 on the upper band. On the middle band, change it to 50. If it's not 50, the orange color still remains. Change it to orange. Opacity should be 100. All of them, the opacity should be 100, and the thickness should be on the second box. The third one is green. Make sure it's green color. The thickness is, opacity is 100. The thickness is on the second box. When I see somebody say second box, I'm referring to this thickness, this one here. I'm referring to this. This box here. Here's what I'm referring to. Now, green color, make sure the lower band is 10. That is all you need to do, and ensure that when you are doing it, ensure that the upper band is having the line here. I mean this one. Make sure that you tap on it. Change it to not dash line, change it to line. Middle band, not dash line, change it to line. Or lower band, not dash line, change it to line. That is all you need to do. Tap on save as defaults. I'm talking about this place here. These are the areas you tap on save as defaults here. Here, save as default. Then you come back to the bottom here. This area here. So you tap on it to go and save. That is all you need to do. Once you save, that is all. That is all. That's all you need to do. So for today, we'll stop at uploading our indicators on the chart. When next we meet, we're going to learn how to pick trade, use this indicator to pick trades. There are plenty of candles to learn. You don't need to learn any candle here. The indicator will interpret the candle for you. All you just need to do is to master how to use the indicator to pick coins. That's all. The next class I will have is on how to use this indicator. So I'm sure if you have not set up, or maybe you don't know how to set up your indicator, watch this video from the beginning to end on the settings and also on the uploading on your indicator, loading your indicator on your chart. Follow it slowly and do it so that next class, you will not have any issues. You will not be asking questions on how to set up the indicator. The next class we will just go straight to how to pick coins. If the coin is on a downtrend or an uptrend. If it's a downtrend or uptrend, or
Hello?
how we can use. Yes, what's the question?
I just downloaded the view.
Okay, if you have done the trading, don't worry. The video of this recording will drop.
I know.
The video of this.
What I'm trying to ask is that the thing is I have to subscribe on it.
No. It's not possible. It's not
Because
possible.
when I downloaded it, I just signed up with my email, and he said I have 30 days free.
It's not referring. He's talking about the indicator. He's talking about the indicators.
You said what?
There are some indicators that you need to pay money.
Okay.
It's not just these two indicators.
Yeah. No, it should just follow up whatever was instructed here, and then ignore anything that is asking you to make payment. Don't make any payments. You're not making any payment. Everything there is free. They are free tools.
Or you want to share your screen? If you don't, maybe you're still skeptical about what we're seeing.
No, I will follow the instruction.
Okay, it's fine. If you have any challenge on the group, you pick this link for this meeting. Drop the question. If that is we also do offline. We don't just do online question, answer question and answer. We also do, if you are online, just throw the question there. Somebody will come and answer that question. Either me will answer it or Adaba will answer it. Coach Adaba will answer it on that same platform. You don't have any. See, there is no reason why you cannot be broke here. There is no reason why anybody should be broke if you have a smartphone. Except you don't have the skills to trade, and which is what we're teaching here free of charge. So for today, we've come to the end of this meeting. We now know how to load indicators on our chart and how to load all the coins. And the next meeting we're going to do is not going to be centered on setting of the robot, and it's not going to be centered on loading the indicators. It is going to be centered on how to pick trades on using a downward trend or an upward trend, and also how to maximize profit. From a take profit of 2%, you want to make 10% or 5%. How we are going to do that? Those are the three key things we are going to talk about in our next meeting, right? And how you can now go understand how you can pick your margin call drop and put it on your trading your royal queue. All those things are things you're going to learn. So don't make sure try as much as possible to attend the meeting so that you not miss out. If you watch the recording early, you'll not be able to ask questions. You get it? But if you are live there, You'll be able to ask questions, and that question will help a lot. Answering the question will help you a lot. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for attending. The next meeting will be on Saturday. 10 a.m. in the morning, Saturday. 10 a.m. in the morning. The link of the meeting will be dropped on the group where you get this link from. It will be there.
Well,
okay,
please, are you going to, thank you so much for the time spent free with us. Yeah. Are you going to record the Saturday on? Because that timing is not really okay.
Okay, any meeting we have, we'll be recording it now. Any meeting, we're recording it and throw it on the group. So it's not up to you to go and watch. When you watch, you have any question, throw the question there on the group. We will answer it.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
And thank you for attending.
Thank you very much.
Good night, everyone. Boss, coach.
All right, thank you so much, everybody. Good night. I'll drop the recording as soon as it's ready.
So sorry guys, for your information, our upline is here. He's the one talking. Coach Adaba.
I know him very well.
Okay. All right. Good night.
Good night.
He's my boss. Okay.